So namaste all students and panelists. So you had this assignment about seeing the short film right here, right now. So how many of you all could observe the video? Yes, fine. Yes, how many of you all could observe? Yeah, could you all see the video? Yes, I'm getting many answers from in the chat that you all were able to see the video. So could you share your reflections that what was it that you saw and what were your reflections regarding what was going on? Yes, anybody?
Yes, I think Raghu has raised his hand.
Jai Hind, ma'am.
Yes, Jai Hind, Raghu.
Ma'am, first of all, the short film is very amazing and very fantastically represented by Mr. Anand Gandhi, sir. And ma'am, my reflection from this film or short film is that the life circle, basically the circle of life is what we share, comes with the flying colors to ourselves only, that what we weave comes to our. In a scientific language, if I say the energy can be created, it cannot be destroyed. It can just be transformed from one form to the another, means happiness and the other respect and trust can be transformed from one to another. If you will give trust or happiness to the another, it will transfer to you to the double and it will transfer the chain to the others. And if you transfer the unhappiness or a dull mood, then same will be returned back to you.
Nice, that you are able to see that, the connections between all of us, that we are all not, living in isolation, that as we are sowing, we are also reaping the same thing. So the same thing boomerangs back to us. Yeah. Anybody else would like to share your reflections? What do you think? Were the characters deciding how to, what kind of action to take based on their own right? Or do you think that, they were just performing actions like in a kind of a default manner without actually realizing what they're doing? So we have two participants.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I believe that it was more of a chain reaction which followed. Throughout the video, I noticed that it was one person's doing which in turn affected somebody else, and it all came back to him in a chain reactions manner. So, what good he did or what bad he did all came back to him. And I also do believe that each and every person had the potential to break from that chain of reactions. If only one person would have paused and reflected, then the chain of negativity which was going on, or if one person would have misunderstood or misinterpreted, the chain of good deeds like the happiness would have broken. So it was only people as they reacted, right? Not responded. They reacted to what happened to them and passed down the same notion of good feeling and bad feeling to the other person.
You mentioned a very important point that all of us have that choice, isn't it? Even if one character was more aware and exerted their choice, there was a possibility that that chain which was going on, may have stopped. Yes. So what do you think? All these characters who were reacting one after the other, no, is it that they wanted to cause trouble to the other character, or is it that they were within disturbed? Yes, Rudrani.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to say that the actions which were shown in the short film are totally dependent on the mood of the character which was shown while it was going through the film. If a person who is happy reflects the mood of happiness to the other person who they interact with or who they talk with or who they act with, and the person who is gloomy or sad can reflect their mood or their vibe to the other person in front of them. And the action which were indicated, like following the cycle infinitely, like a natural cycle or a natural process, the person could have broken the chain and could have understood the situation and tried to feel happy and make others feel happy. But as shown in the video or the short film, they went on with how it was going. They could have changed it. They had the time, they had the choice, but they didn't make the choice because as natural acceptance, we say we do that. How others talk with us or how others react to our saying, we do the same thing with anybody else who we talk with. We we carry forward the actions which were done to us to the person in front of us. But we have the choice, we have the right that we can change the behavior and be better and develop ourselves into a version where we can understand others feeling and make them feel better, even if they are not talking better to us or talking bad to us. We have to understand their feelings and then properly interpret them and hand it to the next person or the person in front.
Nice observations coming from Shreya and Rudrani. Yes. Abdul, you can share your reflections. Yes, Abdul, do you like to share your reflections? You have to unmute and speak. Yes, Shreya, you want to say something again?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to say that, as ma'am asked, I do not believe that the characters wanted to disturb, yeah, cause discomfort in anybody. I believe that one, they were troubled themselves. Two, their actions were not out of awareness. So, because they were disturbed themselves and they were not aware of what they were doing, whatever they did only led to more discomfort in others. And similarly, I don't think any of the characters shown had that awareness. What they did was out of what was done to them. So, yeah. If they were in a happy mood and they did, and even if they were not aware, they did good things. And if they were in a bad mood, what they did was also not out of awareness, but it led to bad experiences for others also.
So nice exploration, all of you all are doing. So that raises one more question, that whether this lack of awareness was only during the time when they were upset, or if you all have observed the part 2, was it also happening when they were excited?
Both the times I feel they were not actually aware. It was excitement and like unhappiness. There was no awareness which was shown throughout the videos.
So what do you think, that when the grandmother told Shruti to elope with the doctor, do you think that was a reaction, or do you think that was a response?
It is a reaction.
Yeah. Why do you all feel it's a reaction?
Because as shown in the short film, the little boy who helped the grandmother to carry the heavy object to her home, she felt that the sense of the sense of happiness, like somebody helped her to in her work. So that is why it was a reaction of that action which happened to her, that she told Shruti to elope with the doctor. And it was as if she was saying it unconsciously or unaware of being in the situation. She was so happy that she didn't know what she was saying, and she said that Shruti should elope with the doctor.
Yeah. So it was a nice observation and analysis by you, by Rudrani ji, that we could see that, she got so excited that she advised Shruti to elope, without considering what would be the condition in the family. If this news reaches, when a father comes to know about it, would there be harmony in the family or not? So are we able to see that whenever there's a reaction, we are not deciding things on our own right. It is as if our action is governed by others' behavior. No? How others are behaving, like they are, like our remote control is in others' hands. So we behave in a particular manner depending upon one type of behavior which has been meted out to us, and we may behave in another manner depending upon another behavior or another situation which has come. So that's a reaction. Whereas if you look at the response is when we follow what is naturally acceptable to us. So all the time we are in harmony and we do whatever is needed to continue that harmony. So we can also answer the poll. Yeah, Didi, would you like to read out about the poll?
Yes, Didi. So the poll is about what is naturally acceptable to me in my behavior. Is it reaction or is it response? Right? So I think people are
So by
still
natural acceptance, we mean that there is this faculty which is innate in me, isn't it? It is something which is universal, which does not change with time or space, which is not corruptible. No, I may be behaving in a particular manner, but how do I want to behave? No, do I want to live with a feeling of relationship or opposition? So you can answer the poll. Do you want to react to situations, no, where you go in disharmony and you create disharmony around? Or do you want to respond to situations where you are in harmony and you want harmony around? So we can keep answering the poll.
Yes, Didi. So there is a question also
Yes.
posed by Shreya in the chat box.
Ji Didi.
Let me just read it out. So Shreya is saying that it's so tough to believe that a suggestion coming from an aged person could be from anything less than wisdom. And out of trust, when we give in to anybody's reaction, we make them responsible for what is happening in my life.
So from what I can understand, this question which has been raised by Shreya, that we tend to put a blame on others. No, so whatever is happening in our life, we always have the choice to take a decision what makes me in harmony and what makes everybody in harmony. But many a times we do things out of unawareness, about not knowing what to do, about listening to somebody's preconditioning, and don't take the decision. As a result, we may have to suffer certain consequences. Then we blame the other. Yeah. But what do you think? That should we take it in our own hands what to do? No, should we be deciding things on our own right, on the basis of what is naturally acceptable to me? Or should I be letting others decide for me? What do you think?
So Didi, if I look at the poll response, most of them are saying that reaction is naturally acceptable to me.
Yeah.
Right. So let us have
So maybe, yeah.
let us have some
So
discussion. Actually, if you can come on the mic and you can see this, we can have a discussion on this. That what is naturally acceptable to me? Is it reaction or response? Right. And when you say reaction, what do you really
move
mean
back.
by it? So anybody, whoever responded to this poll can come on the mic. Let's see if you are able to conclude this. Yes, you can raise your hand, dear students. Let's participate. Let's have this dialogue. Right? I hope you have seen this video. How many of you have not seen the video? You can, yes, Raghav. Yes, Raghav.
Ma'am, according to me, response is naturally acceptable, which comes from our inner voice. Because response is something which comes from the right understanding and by right evaluating the things correctly. And it's basically the balance between the thoughts, our intention, and what we see in the reality with others. And if we are responding to the situation, it will lead to the harmony in the relationship too, within outside and within ourselves too.
Yeah.
Yes, Raghav, yes. So can you give give an example from this video where you could see there is a response over this reaction? Was it there in any of the scenes? Raghav?
Ma'am, in that one incident, in the incident where the accident had already happened of the boy, and without caring of anything, any reaction given by that the boy in the van or the ambulance at the in the part two, he responds, means he take the wise action of the humanity and take him to the hospital rather than just letting him down there on the road. So that's the response, the wise critical analysis done by the ambulance boy at the end.
Very nice observation, Raghav. Right. So Raghav is able to see that response is naturally acceptable to him in his behavior. Anybody else who thinks that reaction is naturally acceptable to me can come on the mic and maybe we can have again, understand what do you mean by that and why are you saying that? There's a lot in the chat and was that? Is it Shreya again? Shreya, if you can come on the mic maybe. Uh, it will be good too because can you come on the mic, Shreya? Right.
Yes, ma'am. Um, so yeah, I've been writing some things down in the chat box. It was just that, see, growing up, I realized that I cannot hold my parents responsible for what is happening to me, and to take every decision of life with such awareness of what I want to do in my life. Ma'am, it's basically ki, as we are growing up from kids to teenage to adulthood, right? There have been all these phases when I am learning from somebody, when what others teach me is of higher importance, what because I don't know anything. So it really matters. See what I learn. It's all about learning and learning and learning, right? Uh, it's about making my foundation and keeping others on a higher pedestal than me it because I don't know, maybe I was young, right? I was a kid. But now I can't do this thing, right? Now that I'm reaching like adulthood, right? Now I'm 21. So nobody can actually nobody is going to decide what would happen in my life, right? I cannot hold my parents responsible anymore that they took this decision for me and like now they would be responsible for it. I cannot hold anybody else responsible for my happiness. So, more than any other time in my life, I feel now it is more than necessary, like to learn that without my right understanding, I would not be able to lead a happy life because all of my decisions are, all of the decisions I make, irrespective of if I took it because of somebody's advice, because of somebody I love who advised me, or because of somebody I believed in who advised me, all of the decisions I take would be my responsibility. No, nobody, not even the ones I really, really love, be it my parents or be it my siblings, their advice, they're not going to come up and take a stand, okay, that they are responsible for my life. So as an adult, I feel like this is the time of crisis when nobody is going to come up to you and say that they are going to take care of it. I need to develop my right understanding. So
Very nice, Shreya.
yeah,
Yes,
I will.
you're able to see that it is you who has to take the responsibility. Very nice.
Yes,
And what Aditi, what I liked, what Shreya said, was that she would need to develop her right understanding. Instead of depending upon somebody else taking decision for her, she would like to take the decision as per the right understanding, as per the natural acceptance. So it's good that you were able to see this, and it's good that you're exploring and trying to see things for yourself. Nice,
And
Shreya.
there is a very sad part to it, which I believe that this decision has made everybody come on the same platform of me, because everybody is governed by right understanding, right? So now, when it comes to living life by a means of, um, I don't know, experience or anything, there would be no leader like a guru as such. Everybody is living by the right understanding. So everybody has the same capacity, the same capability to live by right understanding. So it made me come to terms that all of a lot of us are equals. Like a lot of us are equals and we are very same. Like everybody has their own kind of experiences and struggles, but we are, so it is very limited to who I can learn from, because we all are living by the same thing. So
Yeah.
that was
Right.
very
Shreya,
good to know.
you forgot to about the competence part. No, we can always learn from those who have more competence than us, isn't it?
Maybe on the feelings level, then we all
Yeah,
are
yeah, but
very
we
much
all
the
have
same.
a permanent compass within us, which is pointing the right direction.
Okay. Yes,
Right.
thank
So
you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, Shreya, for
So now
putting
I
your
would,
reflections. Yes, there is a poll that they on second poll. So that says that what do I generally do in my behavior with my family members? So the earlier one was what is naturally acceptable to me, whether it is reaction or response. And this one is about what do I generally do? This is about my action. So what do I generally do in my behavior with my family members? Is it reaction or is it response? Let's have an honest reflection on this. Didi? So Didi, we have
yes,
to,
yes.
further go on
Yeah.
this,
So right now,
conclusion of
we finished with trust. We saw what is reaction and response. We saw that the intention of all of us is the same. Now we go on to the next feeling, which is respect. So I would like to invite Lipika Didi to continue with the session.
yes. So before that, Pooja Didi, maybe we can conclude this right here, right now, I think. You know?
Yes.
So if we, yeah, so
Yeah.
Shreya shared that it is a chain reaction, right? So what do you think? What was our kind of, what did we do actually in that case? Are we acting like machines that whatever, input that I'm getting, I'm giving the same output?
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, Didi,
it's
you
right.
pointed out very well that, everybody seemed to be acting like machine, except for the doctor, who, kind of decided that what is the right thing to do at that moment, even though he had Shruti waiting for him. Still, he responded to the situation and took him to the hospital. So we all have that a possibility, whether you start from the part one where the boy did not eat his food and he left. So he had a choice, to speak and explain the situation to his mother, and and accordingly, in a very loving manner to explain, or or to take two bites of food and leave. Similarly, the mother had the choice, to understand that the child was in a hurry and couldn't do it. The maid had the choice. So each and every character could have stopped the chain there itself. No, but unfortunately, they were just reacting to the situation instead of responding. So we can always remember that we all have this potential to respond to the situation. We can have the trust on the intention of each other. Then we'll be able to respond to the situation. Yeah,
Right.
Didi?
Right. Another observation, I think we can have some, so we can spend some more time, I guess, Pooja Didi. 5 minutes maybe for
Okay.
more reflections. Is there anybody would like to reflect on this video? Yes, is there anyone? What do you think?
Priya has mentioned something.
Yeah, so Shreya is saying yes, it is tough with our closest ones to maintain a response. Very true, Shreya. So our family is our lab. We can do all kinds of experiments in this lab. So
Yeah. Raghavji has raised his hand.
yes, Raghav.
Ma'am, I want to share the short experience that I have got from the movie, just a short part in that movie. Is
Sure.
about the lack of trust and patience in relationship in youth we are seeing nowadays, which build the conflicts among them. Like if we don't have a trust or patience in the relationship, then the foundation is just like the clay material. Then it will be no longer the stronger lack of patience in relationship that I have also observed at the smallest part.
Very nice, Raghav. Raghav is able to observe this. Yes. What else? So if you remember this diagram, right? So our imagination, the diagram of our imagination, where we have this desire, thought, and expectation, right? So when I'm reacting, which is the level that I'm operating from? Raghav, what do you think? Which is the level that I'm operating from?
Ma'am, from the preconditioning.
Yeah, so I'm not asking about the source of the motivation. I'm asking this desire and thought and expectation, right? So what is the level that I'm operating from when I'm reacting? So one input is coming to me and I'm, giving the same output, be it positive or be it negative. So both are reactions, if you can see, right? So what is the level that I'm operating? Am I operating at the level of this expectation only? Are you able to see that?
No, ma'am, I am not able to see this idea.
Okay. Okay. Maybe that diagram is not there in front of you. So that's the reason.
Yeah.
So if you remember this diagram, imagination diagram, where this desire, thought, and expectation is there. Remember that? Yeah, who's there? Shreya, would you like to
Uh,
share something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is it from expectation? Because when I expected something from somebody, and based on what my expectation was, I got an input. And if it aligned with my expectations, then it's a positive reaction. And if it did not align with my expectation, then it was a negative reaction. There was no more thought which came to what somebody would do. And I feel like desire could be the awareness, right? So there was no awareness, there was no thought, but just a simple reaction based on the expectations that I had.
Yeah, very nice observation, Shreya. So we are operating at this expectation level when we're reacting, and which is the position that we need to operate if you have to live with the feeling of relationship, which is that place. Is
Ma'am,
it
thought,
desire? Is it thought or is it expectation?
it is, I guess, thought, because I guess desire comes from what goes in my, like, what I want, and thought comes in how I would do it, right? So if I'm getting an input, then I need to go about the hows of it, like what happened, like why it happened, and it should be in alignment. The desires should be in, if the desires are in alignment with the natural acceptance, then the thought process which follows and the expectations would follow would align automatically. My desire from a situation, if I have no conflict in my desire and my thought, right, then I
Yeah.
feel like I could live a happy life.
Right. So what you're saying is absolutely correct, right? When your desires are aligned with your natural acceptance, then the thought process is guided by that desire, right? So if you look at which is the place that we need to operate when you have to live with this feeling of a relationship. Mhm. So what is the, let me ask you, what is the most, pure form of relationship that which like we have this parent, we have relationship with our parents, with our friends, with our siblings, we have teacher, student relationship, there is husband wife relationship. So which one is the purest form of relationships, Shreya?
The feeling, I would say, love. The purest form of relationship would be family, because I'm born with it. So, but like love is the purest feeling. So if you put love in any relationship, it becomes pure.
Correct, correct. So it is, um which relationship I'm asking?
I would go with family,
Yeah.
the
And
purest.
in family, if I have to ask you, whom with whom?
With my mother, because I'm more emotionally bonded with her.
Right. So what is it for you, Pooja Didi? Yeah.
I think Didi, that the relationship which I have with myself,
Okay.
that is the
Yourself.
most important for me.
Right. So here we're talking about a relationship with others, with family members. So maybe this, even I can see for myself that for with my mother, this is the purest form of relationship, right? So is the mother operating at the thought level? Is she thinking about, uh, you know, logically that if I do this, Shreya would be responding, Shreya will act like this? Or is she, operating at the expectation level that, if I'm doing this to her and I expect something in return. So where is she operating upon? If you look at it, you can see that what is her desire? Her desire is uh, to see that, you live with happiness and prosperity, right? So whatever could be her understanding of happiness and prosperity, but she wants to see that you live with happiness and prosperity. And if you look at what is the underlying feeling behind that desire, then you can see that it is the feeling of a relationship, unconditional, uh, love that you said. So every desire has an underneath feeling, right? And if we have to fulfill relationship, then we need to operate upon at this level of desire or the level of feeling.
Yes, ma'am, that was such a beautiful conclusion, because it made me realize that to have a desire does not require the other person, right?
Right.
So whatever my mother does desire for me, it's not based on what I would produce as an output. Like, it's purely her desire. So it makes her free from any consequences which might happen, right? The consequences would come at a thought or an expectation level, right? So I do see chaos there when her actions come from thought or expectation. But when I see her from her desire level, I see her as such a beautiful figure doing everything she can for me. And yeah, I mean, thank you for the whole explanation. It made me very clear.
Nice, Shreya. I hope all the other students also, got some inputs from your observation, yours, Raghav's, and Rudrani. I hope that everybody could, respond to this video discussion. Hannah, Pooja Didi, what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, let's, even if you fail to see the video this time, maybe today when you go home, you can see the video and have a reflection about what it is and share it, for the next session tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. So shall we conclude this then, Pooja Didi?
Yes, Didi.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so thank you, Didi. Let me just share the slide. Is my slide visible to you, students? Yes, can I
Yes.
have some responses? Right.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And is my voice audible to you properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So what we will do is, so we saw the feeling of trust, right? We are looking at fulfillment in relationship, and in that, this is the second feeling, right? The feeling of respect. And what we are saying is that uh, this can shift from differentiation to complementarity. So let us look at it. Before that, let me see if you have any question around the feeling of trust. Anybody has any question about the feeling of trust? Yes, I could see, Shreya, that you had raised a question during the break time, that if you have the feeling of trust with everybody, then that might, something like that might hamper you or
So,
something.
yes, ma'am, it was like, so if I have a feeling of trust with everybody, and uh, it was about confidence, it was semi about like the feeling goes halfway only. So if I have a trust with them, but I am not able to analyze their competence or my competence, then there is a lot of um chaos which would follow. So even if I have the right, even if I believe that the other person wants to be, uh, wants to make me happy, the work is not done unless and until I would analyze their competence and my competence to work with them. Even though there would be a relationship, but there would be nothing like, there would be no talk about it, right? So that was my like chaos.
Right, Shreya. So you are setting the ground for the next feeling, right? So yes, anybody else? Is Raghav, does Raghav has question? Let me just see what are the questions or what are the doubts about the feeling of trust. No? Okay. Yes. So what we saw in the previous session, right? We looked at the feeling of trust, right? So what is this feeling of trust that we are seeing? That I can see that my natural acceptance is to be happy and make the other happy, right? So the same is the natural acceptance of the other also. So trust is the feeling, right? It is to be assured that the other wants to make me happy and prosperous. आश्वस्त होना कि दूसरा मेरे सुख और समृद्धि के अर्थ में है ना? So now when you see, now as Shreya mentioned that we have to evaluate our competences, right? So if you see, for example, let's see that you're traveling, right? You're in station or you're in train, and then uh, you have your luggage, right? So you have this trust on intention of the other, of every other human being. Okay, but what do we do now? Will I be able to, live my life with this trust on intention only? That is a question to be asked. Okay, I have the trust on intention of the other, that the other wants to make himself happy, the other wants to make me also happy. Now, whatever he is doing, for example, this thief, he may be, motivated by his sensation for, picking up things. Or he may be, preconditioned that, I don't have to work. I can just, by just taking away things, I can make my life kind of. Right? So it could be either sensation or preconditioning, but he does not want to make me unhappy. He wants to make himself happy, but this is the way he has thought, or his understanding right now is like that he wants to make himself happy, by, by picking up things. Right? So to live now, I need to make a program. Right? I cannot live just with the feeling of trust. I have this trust on the intention of the other, right? That the other wants to make me happy. But to live, I have to make a program. To live my life, I have to make a program. Right? And it will be on the basis of our competences. Right? With trust on the natural acceptance. So for this, it is essential to make right evaluation of our mutual competence. Right?
Didi, you mean that if we just blindly trust somebody, then we may go for a, like if we just keep our luggage open, don't lock it, and we are traveling, then there's a chance that the just blind trust, person may just steal our luggage. Is that what you mean, Didi?
Right, Pooja Didi. So yes, so I have trust on an intention of him that he wants to make me happy, right? But then to live my life, that I have to make a program. And what is my program? That I have to lock my luggage, right? So similarly, right, I have to make program. When I have to live with other human beings, I have to make my programs. So I have to evaluate the other human being, and I also have to evaluate myself.
Didi, we have in the chat, Sneha Didi is saying that in that condition, both should trust each other because there is no option.
Yeah, Sneha. So let us talk about ourselves first. So we are talking about that. Are you able to see that you want to make the other happy? Whoever is this other person. Are you able to see that, Sneha? What is your natural acceptance? To make the other happy or to make the other unhappy? Yeah. Prabhu is saying yes. Sneha, are you able to say this? Yeah. So you want to make the other happy, right? And if I ask this question to everybody here, now what would be the response? We want to make this other person happy, right? And if I bring in that other person here, what do you think? What would be his or her answer? That he wants to or she wants to make you happy. Right? So we all can see that we all have this natural acceptance to make the other happy. Okay? But to live, then we have to make a program, which is that I need to rightly evaluate my competence, and then I need to rightly evaluate the other's competence also. Right. Navjeet, The mic has been given to you, Navjeet. No? Yeah. So I'm not able to reach to you, Navjeet. You can raise your hand again. Is there anybody who has any doubt about the feeling of trust here? Because trust is the foundation value. And with the feeling of trust, we can proceed for further feelings. Yes, Navjeet? Yeah, you can speak, Navjeet. Can't hear you, Navjeet.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah. Tell me. Yes, Navjeet. Unable to hear you, Navjeet. So let us proceed. Right? So here is a proposal for the feeling of respect. Right? So what is the proposal is respect is right evaluation. Okay? अब हिंदी में हम इसे कहते हैं सम्मान. सम then मान. सम्यक मापना. That means ठीक ठीक आकलन करना. ठीक ठीक means right and आकलन करना is evaluation. Okay? So respect is right evaluation. I think there's a poll here. Can we launch this poll? Yeah. Can you see the poll on your screen? Dear students, you can respond to it. Do you think respect can be defined with definiteness? Do you think respect can be defined with definiteness? You can also come on the mic till the time that poll is going on. Anybody can come on the mic. What do you think about this?
Yeah, we can see the options in the poll. So the options are yes, no, or cannot say.
Right. Can you come on the mic, anybody? And we can have a little discussion about this. Do you think respect can be defined with definiteness? Yes, Shreya. Shreya is okay. Let's listen to Kunal. Yes, Kunal.
Yes, ma'am. I think the respect is uh, respect. It depend on the person. Like if someone elder than me, I have to respect them. If someone has on grade like on higher class, or if I say like my teachers, my principals, so I have to give them respect.
Okay, so you think that it is person based,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Right. So that's
And it's also depend on how much like the person is valued to you. Like if a classmate of mine is very bad reputation between the class, so no one gonna respect him, if I say. And if someone is very kind and very polite to everyone gonna respect them.
right. Nice observations coming from Kunal. Yes, Shreya and Raghav. Yeah, Raghav.
Ma'am, I would like to add on to the Kunal's perspective that he shared that
Your voice is breaking, Raghav. Raghav, your voice is not reaching.
is the right evaluation. Means
Raghav,
if we need to respect someone, he must be,
Raghav, can you hear me?
ma'am, now here.
No, I'm not able to hear you properly, Raghav. Yeah, please speak. Okay, let's listen to Shreya.
Ma'am, means right evaluation means if a person is able.
Yes, Raghav?
Okay, ma'am, I guess I'll put my input till Raghav was working.
Right.
So,
Can you speak a little louder, Shreya? Yeah.
yes, ma'am. So, I believe that respect is definite because if we consider that every human being has the same right understanding, then they have the same um, capabilities and the same means to
Okay.
achieve something in their life, right? So everybody should be respected on the basis that they are gifted with such a beautiful gift of right understanding.
Okay. Shreya, let me ask you, Shreya, is it your first workshop that you're doing?
Ma'am, this content is like it's been going around in my college a lot, like
Nice.
in
Nice.
my curriculum and
Yeah, so I can see that you're putting a lot of efforts to understand this content. That's nice uh, to know, Shreya. Right. So
Okay.
you're
thank
able to
you.
see this. Okay. Let's
Thank
listen to
you.
Raghav if Raghav is back. Okay, let's
We
proceed.
also have in the chat, Aman Singh ji has said that contradiction to Kunal, we also respect smaller too, not only elders.
Right. Yeah. So this is an observation
Yes,
coming.
ma'am. I forgot to tell that. It's
Okay.
thank you for telling me.
Okay. This is Aman who is telling this. So nice, Aman, for your observation. Right. So this is the result of the poll. Do you think respect can be defined with definiteness? So can I hear from you? What do you mean by this definiteness? Anybody? Kunal, would you like to respond to this? When we say that respect can be defined with definiteness, what do we mean by that?
I mean that respect is earned. Like everybody deserve respect. Nobody deserve hate
So
or
that
anything.
means respect cannot be defined with definiteness, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Can anybody else respond to this? That what do you mean by definiteness? So for Kunal, it is not definite. Anybody else? I see a lot of people have responded. A lot of you have responded. Almost 76% of you have responded that yes, respect can be defined with definiteness. Shreya, yes.
On the basis of humanity, I would define it. So,
Right. So if you can see, like we can, we can recognize these relationships, all the feelings that that was, that is listed from trust, which is the foundation value, to respect, affection, and to the complete value or complete feeling, which is love. So we are saying that we can recognize each of these feelings. These feelings are all naturally acceptable feelings, and we can recognize these feelings. That means either it is there or it is not there. या तो है या नहीं है ना? So either trust or mistrust, either respect or disrespect. So that is what is meant by definiteness, right? So let's just look at whether we can define, we can define respect with definiteness. Okay. So now what happens is, so if I look at this proposal of respect, respect is right evaluation, right? So when I rightly evaluate the other, I respect the other, and when I rightly evaluate myself, then I respect myself. But on the other hand, if I'm not able to do right evaluation, then I do this other types of evaluations, right? तो अगर मैं ठीक आकलन नहीं कर पाती हूँ तो हम 3 तरीके से गलतियां करते हैं. So first one is that over evaluation, evaluating for more than what it is. Let's look at it through an example. Let's say your father is very happy with you someday for any reason. Let's say that you stood first in the class, and he starts to say that you are great. You can do anything, right? You can do anything in life. So what do you think? Is it a right evaluation or is it an over evaluation? Yes, can I have some responses in the chat? You can write it is RE or is it OE? Right evaluation or is it over evaluation? Right, I can see responses coming out. Can we have responses from all other participants? Yes, what do you think? What do you see? Just because that you stood first in the class, can you do anything in life? Is that so? Right. So I can see this response coming as over evaluation. So when your father is doing this over evaluation, or maybe anybody else does such an evaluation of yours, do you feel comfortable or not? Do you feel comfortable? No? Right. Okay, nice. I hope all of you are able to explore this. Now let's see the next type of evaluation. Yeah, to evaluate for less than what it is. Okay. Now let's say that your father is angry with you, for some reason. Let's say you have got less marks, right? And then what he says that you're good for nothing. You can't do anything. ऐसा तो है नहीं कि मार्क्स नहीं लाया तो लाइफ में कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते, कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे, है ना? So what do you think? Is it a right evaluation or is it under evaluation? Right, I can see responses coming in as it is an under evaluation, right? And when your father or anybody else does such an evaluation of yours, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel comfortable? No? Right. So now let's say if he is very, very angry with you, really very angry with you. Now you have failed in the exam. Okay. So what does he say? What does he say? Gadha kahi ka. Yes. He says that you are a donkey. Now he's not even willing to consider you as a human being. You are a human being, but you have been evaluated as a donkey. For a donkey, for an animal, right? So this is what we are seeing, calling as otherwise evaluation, to evaluate for other than what it is, right? And would you be comfortable if the other does such an evaluation of yours? Right. Okay, no. So I can see that your responses. So if you look at our daily, day-to-day interactions, day-to-day behavior, we generally tend to do one of these 3 evaluations, either over evaluation, under evaluation, or otherwise evaluation. And if you see, if any of these 3 is done, the other feels uncomfortable, as you all are responding, right? The other feels disrespected, right? So what kind of evaluation do you want for yourself? Is it the right evaluation or is it one of these 3, over, under, and otherwise evaluation? What is naturally acceptable to you? Right? So check for yourself in every interaction that you're giving, you're having with others, whether it is respect or disrespect, whether it is right evaluation or one of these three evaluations, right? And again, this question that you can ask, do you feel comfortable or uncomfortable when you are over, under, or otherwise evaluated? I see that Prabhu has raised his hand. Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu.
Namaste, ma'am.
Yes, namaste, Prabhu. Yes.
Ma'am, actually, how to evaluate over evaluation?
How to evaluate over
Hello.
evaluation?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was saying. If you are not able to rightly evaluate somebody, sometimes we do this over evaluation. Sometimes you might have seen that the example that I was giving, the example that I was giving, that that you stood first in the class, and then your father or your mother, somebody says that you can do anything in your life. So just look
Yes, ma'am.
just look at it. If just because you have got good marks or you stood first in the class, does it mean that you can do anything in your life? You're doing this for the academics. We can say that you have done good, but can you do that? Does that mean that you can do anything in life? Is it over evaluation or is it right evaluation? What do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Hannah?
Thank you, ma'am.
So, correct.
So, Didi, there's a question in the chat.
Right. I think
This is
okay. So
this
the
is
question is if yeah,
क्या
thank you,
बोला?
Pooja. Thank you, Pooja Didi. So
इंग्लिश में बात हो रहा है.
Prabhu, I think you can mute yourself. There's a noise coming in. Right. So Sanya is asking if there are some elderly people who do not behave pleasantly, do we still need to respect them just because they're elder than us? Right, Sanya, your question is reached to us, and we will be discussing about this aspect tomorrow. There's time, I think, for the quiz. So we'll have to wrap it up here. Before that, let me see if there is any poll. Yeah, so let me launch this poll. So quickly you can respond to this poll, right? Right. So what we looked into today is that, started with the feeling of respect. So what we are saying is that respect is right evaluation. Okay. And when we are not able to do right evaluation of anybody, what we do is, we either over evaluate, under evaluate, or otherwise evaluate. And whenever this is done, this is, we don't feel comfortable about it. And this is what we are saying is disrespect, right? So tomorrow we'll be exploring more about this feeling of respect. Till then, we are not having any assignment on the feeling of respect, but we will have the assignment on the previous session, which was right here, right now. So you can check, your email about the assignment, right? Right. I hope you have responded to the poll. Quickly, students, you can respond to the poll so that we can go for quiz. Bhaiya, Dipesh Bhaiya, you there?
Ji Didi, I'm here. Yeah, probably we can put the poll till 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we'll go for the quiz.
Right.